It's
Ladies and
Andrew
gentlemen,
Shack show time. Andrew, you have a great topic for today.
I do. And it's one of those topics that a lot of people in our society are not happy with. That's because they don't understand the advanced thinking of the Catholic Church in this respect. The Catholic Church, along with abortion and euthanasia, the Catholic Church opposes contraception. I'll tell you why. The Catholic Church takes the position that all humanity is of value, irrespective of its race, irrespective of its sex, irrespective of anything else, whether it's an unborn child, innocent child, or a person dying. The Catholic Church and Christian people in that group, they believe people have value because we believe that Jesus accords them value on the cross. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about
Yes,
contraception.
and that's something that was really big
Hold
in
on. Hold on.
Vatican
Hello?
II. Yeah, I'm here, Andrew. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vatican II
Somebody's calling.
really brought up the whole process of contraception as against the law in Vatican II, right?
Well, the Catholic Church takes the position that it's a moral issue, and I think the Catholic Church is correct in its position that life is to be allowed to come into being. In other words, contraception. If you allow contraception, you are preventing life coming into being. And Catholic Church believes, and you're a Catholic, I'm a Lutheran, but I have no issue with the Catholic Church. I go to their meetings. My sister teaches in a Catholic college, very enthusiastic about Catholic faith. And I contraception. I wrote a chapter in this book on it called Essays in Faith, Politics, Culture, and Philosophy, where, as usual, the New York Times, in a column, an op-ed column by Maureen Dowd, said it was anti-woman, and that's not so. The Catholic Church takes this position because we believe that people have ultimate eternal value. We don't want to take an abortion to take them an innocent child's life. A lot of people have see it's a women's rights issue. I suppose it is to a certain extent, but I think the overriding
Yes.
concern here in abortion is the humanity allowed to exist. And that person, we think as Christians, even though a lot of people disagree and don't see it that way, we see everybody of value. They could be retarded, they could be disabled, they could be mutants. It doesn't matter. We accord them the same value that
Right. Okay.
Jesus accords them in his
Absolutely. So,
life.
talking about contraception. So you're not Catholic, Andrew. Why are
No,
we
I'm not. But
involved in this point?
I understand their position. I think they're right
Because
because contraception prevents a human being from coming into being. The question is, the Catholic Church has defined that issue as a eternal and ultimate issue, just like the issue of abortion, just like the issue of euthanasia. Many people, some countries practice euthanasia, such as Belgium and New Zealand, and certain states in the Northwest allow euthanasia. The mistake we believe in that issue is that that person, we don't know what's going on with them, how they're functioning. You can assume they're dying. Maybe they're not dying. Maybe they're alive. Maybe they can have a very valid form
right.
of life that we're not aware of. So Catholic Church and Christians do oppose euthanasia and abortion. And for the same reason, contraception is an issue. I think they're correct on this issue, that the issue for all of us, Neil, every one of us, is what are you going to value, are you going to accord to another human being?
Exactly.
Isn't
Definitely.
that the issue?
No,
We
absolutely.
don't care.
I mean, so that's definitely the truth, Andrew, and
Yeah.
that you're dealing with certain situations with contraception, but it's very hard in a moral world like we live in today to tell people that contraception that if you have sex that it should lead to a child or have a chance to lead to a child, and
Well,
that if
that's
you
good.
use contraception, sex becomes a no longer a form of love, but a form of lust, a form of
Well, that's the issue,
depravity.
really.
Yes.
You've defined it, Neil, that I think the church has defined the issue correctly. God does equip us with love, with lust. You're right. But that lust, he equips us to bring life into being and to establish families with that sexual attraction. It is, if we just use it like having a Sunday school ice cream cone, or doing whatever we want with sex, I suppose you can do that. A lot of people do that, don't they? They have as much sex as they want with as many people. A lot of people do that.
Some people do. Absolutely.
Some people do. But I don't think the church can take that position. Church takes the position that sex is to be directed to family, the
But see, a
establishment of
lot of
functioning
things that the
families.
church and now in the United States, and I'd say this has happened more than ever in the last 4 years. And I don't know
Yeah,
why
it
it's the last
has.
4 years, the last 2 years, or I guess the days of the pandemic, the 9 months that we've been living through, that you take away church, you take semi church, you still maybe see it online, you take away associating with other people, and all you are exposed to online is pornography, uh,
Well,
sex.
that's our culture.
But it's not our culture if we were living in a normal world, not the
But,
online world that we're living
the
in.
culture has developed. Neil, you may be right about. I'm always willing to listen to people. I think you have good things to say. But our culture has developed into a sex-driven society. Our culture says to young people, "Screw everybody you want. Do what you want. It's great. You're not hurting anybody." That's it. It's a message given to young people, right?
Exactly. It's definitely a
You
message.
know. And so, but the church says no. Yes, we have sexual feelings. Nothing wrong with sex. There is nothing wrong with sex, but it has to be directed. It has to be handled correctly. And the Catholic Church takes position, and most churches, not all of them, some of them are more liberal, but the Catholic Church takes a position that we are concerned with being and life.
So
And the reason for the
contraception.
opposition to contraception is that the church wants to make it clear it is not blocking humanity from coming into being.
Exactly. Yeah.
Contraception is a way of blocking life and taking life. Catholic Church is correct in its position because we believe, as Christians or Catholics or whatever you want to say, we believe people have ultimate and eternal value. If you don't believe that, if you don't care, if you think you just go around having sex and that's all, that's okay. But that's a weak, mixed up, in my opinion, an extremely weak position and way to live.
Okay. All
You
right.
live with
But no
care
one's
for other
following this.
people.
Maybe 10% of the country is following this.
Is what?
10% of the United States is following this. That
Fallen?
contraception is illegal, is evil, and
Well, a
they
lot
open
of
children.
people have been convinced. See, the main culprit here in people don't, as I say, there's a problem in the thought processes today because people are exposed to being bombarded by the media saying it's okay, pornography is okay, sex with anybody is okay. Just look at the magazines, look at the pornography. There is a constant. First of all, pornography has its root in money. Those people make money, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So when people are confused with these images of sexuality, and this is the way you're supposed to be, they create, I think, very confused, mixed up people.
So
Not everybody
yeah.
goes along with it, but some do.
So
You think like
what?
20, 30% of the population goes along with this?
No, less.
Less? You don't think there's a large percentage of people that think sex with anybody anytime is okay?
I think probably 50% of the country honestly believe that,
Yeah,
worse. So
they believe that. They believe that.
we're really in a deprived place where again, our current soon to be vice president believes in legalizing prostitution. So you're
She
really
does.
in
I didn't hear that.
yeah. So you're really in a
Well, that's really sad.
yeah, we're really in a
Well, how does she
situ
is she a
sit
women's rights advocate? Do you realize women are being farmed out to be big object nothings? She thinks that's good?
I don't know. You don't know how she got her step up, but that's for another place. So Andrew Shakin Show, shakinshow.com. Great information. Let's let the YouTube people decide. Do you agree with Andrew? Let me know if you
You
agree
don't
with
have
me.
to agree, but I think you should think it. Ladies and gentlemen, You have got to think these issues through. You cannot accept what some kind of commercial asshole tells you to be true. They don't know what they're saying. All they're concerned is getting money from you.
Okay.
Sex
All right.
is money,
All right. Check.
ladies and
So
gentlemen.
next week,
Figure it out.
again, shockandshow.com. Take care, everybody.